So you're looking to build some muscle with bodyweight training, eh? That's great! But it all starts with what you consume for your body to use as energy, aka your nutrition. So stay tuned, as in today's video I'm going to cover exactly that and help you out. So let's get into it. Now before we get into the good stuff, I'd like to include a disclaimer. These foods mentioned in this video are only suggestions, alright? Despite how beneficial they can be, it's not worth forcing yourself to eat stuff you don't actually like, or foods you're allergic to, because that's really not going to end well. My point is, although I urge you to include these foods into a healthy diet, I'm not demanding you to do so. Just thought I'd get that across before getting the ball rolling. But anyway, first things first, protein! Of course we need proteins to build muscle, and one source that will greatly assist this process is eggs. Other than primarily containing protein itself, part of which eggs also contain is cholesterol, and cholesterol plays a role in the natural production of testosterone in the human body. For those that don't know what testosterone is, it helps with building muscle basically, hence why I am suggesting you to have some of it. Despite how beneficial eggs are, there's a lot of conspiracies and queries with eggs. Eggs are full of cholesterol and will lead to heart disease. The cholesterol in eggs can cause liver failure. I've actually made a separate video purely dedicated to eggs, so if you're interested, go check it out, my friend. But ultimately, eggs are good for you and are a great tool from your diet to help increase muscle mass. Another great source of protein is tuna. With a can containing around 20 to 25 grams of protein, not only does tuna help to promote the development of muscles in the body, it also boosts the immune system, therefore increasing energy levels. This means you will feel happier, more alert, and with the increased energy levels, you'll be able to push through the pain during your workouts, helping you make more gains. Tuna is also very convenient to have on the go, making healthy eating even easier to sustain. Now I don't usually advise drinking your calories, but with skim milk in the fridge there's a lot of benefits available. And one of those is being that the source of protein contains all the 9 amino acids that are responsible for building and maintaining lean muscle. Plus, with it being low in calories due to the cream being removed, this leaves plenty of calories on the table for more fulfilling whole foods to fill in those gaps nicely. Oatmeal and healthy shakes are great, but without skim milk as the base, there's no taste in place. So make sure to get in your skim milk, people. Moving on to the biggest source of energy, carbohydrates. If there's any OGs watching this, you already know what's on my mind. Baked beans. I just freaking love baked beans. With half a tin containing around 30 grams of carbs, it also contains a banging 10 grams of protein and 10 grams of fibre, leaving you very full and very satisfied. Despite how fantastic it is for your taste buds, you may let out some excess waste products somewhere else later on in the day. But regardless of whether you can hold it in or not, the risks are far smaller than the rewards. Brown bread. Brown bread is a very fulfilling source of carbohydrates, with it also being high in protein and fibre. The fibre content has also been proven to help maintain healthy bowels, which could potentially help with the baked bean dilemma. Another aspect of brown bread is the convenience of it. Speaking of convenience, I also mentioned another convenient source earlier. Come on, OGs. It was tuna, trust me. Combine tuna with brown bread, add some cucumber and low-calorie mayonnaise to eat on the go, and thank me later. With proteins and carbs discussed, let's move on to some healthy sources of fats. I got a great one. Almonds. Despite fats being the most calorically dense food group, the high protein and high fibre in which almonds contain will leave you very satisfied when only having a handful serving. There have actually been studies proving that almonds contribute to lower hunger levels, helping keep total calorie intake lower. And although you only need a small serving of almonds to leave you satisfied, the size of the serving will still keep you nice and light, which is very ideal whilst performing bodyweight exercises. Now on to one of my favourites, dark chocolate, and more specifically, 85% dark chocolate. I also refer to this food as the king of killing cravings, as the sweet sensational taste feels as though you're binging from eating chocolate, but with the nutrients being low in sugar as an example, this type of chocolate actually provides a ton of health benefits. Again, there's quite a few assumptions and such with dark chocolate, but luckily for you, I've also made a separate video dedicated to it. So of course, well, I mean, I'm not giving you any demands or commands, but I'd give it a watch if I were you. At the end of the day though, 85% chocolate in moderation is very good for your body and also your sanity as well. Now, although the macronutrients are extremely important, their value is diminished without the micronutrients in check. One type of veggie I highly recommend is spinach. There's so many health benefits spinach consists of, but as well as increasing metabolism, spinach can surprisingly increase the size of a meal on a large scale while only adding no more than a dozen calories to it. Wow! Your greens are essential, people, but if you had to pick one, I'd say spinach has got to be very high up on the list. Moving on to a different colour, tomatoes. Being high in calcium and vitamin K, tomatoes therefore help with strengthening and performing minor repairs on the bones as well as the bone tissue. If we've got stronger bones, we're already a step ahead to being able to make stronger muscles, people. Tomatoes are very tasteful, and with a very low calorie to volume ratio, it is more than worthy of using it as a tool to spice up your meals whilst also feeling more fulfilled at the same time. Win, win, win. Now last but not least, I'm feeling fruity, so I've gone with bananas to end the list. Bananas are high in potassium, supplying energy that is needed to work out longer and harder, and as well as this, potassium is an essential mineral for protein synthesis. It is imperative in the building of muscles and stimulates nerve impulses for muscle contraction. When doing calisthenics, it's important to be energized but light at the same time, and with just a single banana before smashing a workout, you're already on the road to driving by some tidy looking gains. And so with all the 10 foods covered, that is the end of the video. As always, I'd like to thank those who have watched this far into the video. You are awesome, by the way. Of course, be on the lookout for the next upload in a few days' time, and I'll see you then.